Hey everybody, this is Threshold Training's workout day for Friday, July 10th. Hope you all had an awesome week of workouts and are continuing to stay cool out there. It is going to be another hot day, so we recommend that you bring fluids to your workout and a hand towel if you need to wipe the sweat off of your hands. This will ensure your safety when we're handling objects with our hands so they don't slip out of our hands and potentially roll away from us, hitting someone else, or potentially slipping off the pull-up bar. So, today's workout, we have an 18-minute AMRAP strictly at conversational pace. Conversational pace means that you can hold a conversation with somebody during this workout. Part of the reason why we're doing this is because it is very hot out. So with that in mind, we encourage you to lower the intensity as needed, right, to work through this workout at a very manageable pace. What feels like 60% effort in 90 to 95 degree heat feels like 80 to 90, closer to 100% effort. So best to work at that low intensity range, right, to keep the heart rate and the breathing rate managed and to keep our body from overheating. As always, if you ever feel dizzy or if you feel like you have a headache or something similar going on, please let a coach know. So we have an 18-minute AMRAP of the following. We're going to do a 400-meter run or a 500-meter row or a 1K bike. We're then going to go into 6 hang power clean and jerks and 6 kipping pull-ups. At home, a similar run, row, or bike. Or we're doing a variation of burpees, jump rope, jumping jacks, or something to just get the heart rate up that they can do lots of reps of. At home, we are doing 5 alternating hang, power clean, and jerks with a dumbbell. We are alternating arms. Okay, so we'll be doing 10 total. And a pulling variation. That could be a towel row, strict pull-ups. Maybe you do 4 instead of 6. As the workout reads here, or we're doing a bent over row or a renegade row. Okay, so we need some sort of pulling movement with that dumbbell or object that you have at your disposal. So, hang, power, clean, and jerk. If you're using a barbell, movement will start at our waist. We will come over the bar with our shoulders. We'll pull that bar to our waist by getting upright like this. So notice that to get to my hip, I didn't bend my elbows to do this. Right? I came into an upright position, I came over my toes. I'm going to launch that bar to my front rack. From here, I'm going to go into my push jerk. I'm going to safely lower it down and come right into the next rep. As we are going from rep to rep, slow the bar down and get your shoulders over the bars, particularly as you come back to your knee for the next repetition. So control the bar down. And give with it, use your legs to decelerate the bar, steer the bar with your arms into the place that you want it to go. We're going to pick a manageable load that allows us to do 3 to 6 reps at a time. Again, we don't necessarily want you to do single repetitions, okay, but we also want to manage your intensity given the environment you will be doing this workout in. So we have prescribed loads of 135, 93. We can scale that down as needed based on your comfort with the movement, or if you want to change implements, you want to do a dumbbell variation or a slam ball variation, we can do that as well. At home, similar mechanics. Okay, so I have the dumbbell at my hang position just below my waist. I'm going to jump or launch the dumbbell up to my shoulder. I'm going to dip and drive and catch the dumbbell with bent knees and bent hips. Stand, lower it down, and then switch arms and come to the other side. Then we will move on to our kipping pull-ups, or ring rows, or our jumping pull-ups. Or at home, again, we're doing some sort of pulling motion, renegade row, bent over row, or similar. For the kipping pull-ups, this is the very first time we are introducing them. So, this is a great assessment for ourselves to see where we are at. However, keep in mind that if we do not have at least 2 to 4 strict pull-ups, okay, under control, we should probably not be doing kipping pull-ups, period, done. The reason for that is because we need the strength and the positional endurance to hold ourselves in the right position when we are doing a dynamic motion such as a kipping pull-up. Okay? Keep that in mind when you're choosing what variation to do for the kipping pull-ups. Okay? If you need to work on your positional endurance, okay, maybe you still do the kip and practice hanging from that bar with shoulders being active, okay, but instead of pulling your chin over the bar, maybe you do, 4 kips and 4 ring rows, or, 2 banded strict pull-ups. No bands for kipping today, okay, we don't want to see you use the band to help you just get over the bar, okay, just because you want to practice your kipping pull-up, okay, so no bands today. The other thing I would mention is that our grip is going to be taxed between the hang power clean and the pull-up, so keep that in mind if you need to shake it out beforehand to make sure that you're doing your pull-ups effectively and with the right technique. Please do that, or use that time to wipe your hands to make sure the sweat will impact your movement on the pull-up bar. Once we're done our 18-minute AMRAP, we're going to go into an every minute on the minute. For 8 minutes, right, we're doing some shoulder accessory work. Part of the reason we're doing this after part A is because we want to see and assess how well we can do these movements after having doing similar movements and when fatigue has entered. So it's one thing to be able to do these movements under control fresh. It's also another thing to be able to do them after you've experienced some muscle fatigue. So every minute on the minute for 8 minutes, you're cycling back and forth between a handstand complex and chin-ups. Both have 3 reps total. For the first 60 seconds, you are doing 1 rep at a time of a 5-second handstand hold plus a 3-second lower. So each rep, you will kick up against the wall, hold for 5 seconds, lower down for 3 seconds. The purpose of that is to maintain tension through your shoulders all the way down until your head touches and squishes the mat on the floor. We shouldn't see that we're lowering, and then halfway we just lose tension all the way and crash our head on the floor. We need to be able to control ourselves on the way down, particularly when we start doing handstand push-ups. So if you find that occurs, please put a plate underneath your ab mat to raise the depth so that we can effectively control our bodies down during that movement. So the handstand hold into the lower. For the first interval, the second interval, we're doing 3 strict chin-ups. Use a band to assist as needed. We should see that during that chin-up, our elbows are underneath that bar, our hands are about shoulder width apart or a touch wider. Okay, so coming up in that bar, we have a slight lean away from that bar to make sure we're not swinging back and forth, or to make sure we're not just dropping under the bar and losing all control. Okay? Just because we can get up, okay, doesn't mean that we can always control it on the way down. We need to see both parts of the movement to establish control and strength. You may also add load as needed, provided that our mechanics stay consistent and pristine. So that is today's workout for Friday. Have an awesome Friday, a great end to the week, and a great workout.